So the project manager has finished his planning for the new project A-New-1. He's added in the specific requirements of skills and competences that he's looking for, and he's repositioned the project so that he's pretty sure there should be enough spare resources across the teams to get the project staffed. And looking across now at a view of one of those team leaders, this is Anne Brown, who is the team leader for analysts, and this is what her homepage looks like. And you can see in this list of outstanding requests for her resources, looking for analysts, there is the project A-New-1, the 2 tasks, design and specify. The requirements are specified there, as is the work profile. And if she clicks on these, she can look at now how best to deal with these requests. What we're seeing here is the 2 rows, which are very similar to what from the project manager, and a list of her resources, including this row here of analysts, which is a lot of work here that's still waiting to be allocated. These are outstanding requests for analysts that have been received, of which these 2 rows above are just two of them. So the first one here is for the design, which has got these rather detailed requests here. And the best way for her to look at that is to highlight that row, click the Replace Report Resource option. And what this says is, okay, based on this particular request for resource in that particular timescale, when she's not seeing anybody who's available. And the problem there is because if we look at the requirements here, what has happened is that she doesn't have anyone of this particular level. So she thinks she's probably got someone of intermediate level. If she checks that, then we see, yes, voila, here is Pat Pringle. Pat is available. He satisfies those requirements of intermediate, and he also speaks German. So that's pretty good. So he or she is a very good candidate, and we will save that off. Okay. So you can see that the assignment status there has changed from requested to proposed. And that will go back when this view is saved as further information for the project manager to review. Another way of assigning work, particularly where there's not a lot of these detailed requirements, is to simply drag and drop it. So having got Pat to do the design work, it would be a good idea if Pat could do the specification work as well. And that happens there, like that. That has further reduced the amount of work that's still to be allocated in this analyst row. And we can say here, that is proposed. And probably Pat would then just like, Anne would just like to say, well, is Pat okay for both of those? And that is her response to those requests that have come in for analysts on that project. When she saves that now, the project manager can pick that up and respond accordingly. So if we change hats again and go back to Reg, who was the project manager, I think this is the first time we've seen his home page, but he's got a list of projects that are his. If we look here, here's the A-New-1 project, and if he clicks on that, then this is the project plan here. And what he can see is here are the 2 proposed tasks where resources are proposed. Pat is proposed there. If he clicks on there, he will immediately see that there is a non-compliance on what he asked for. He asked for a NetSuite greater than or equal to advanced. The team leader has come back and said, sorry, I don't have anyone available for that. I do have someone who's intermediate. And it is now up to the project manager to decide whether that is going to be acceptable or not. He could say, yes, that is fine. I will confirm that, or reject it. And if they reject it, then that goes back in. They can update the comments column, and it goes back as a rejected request to the analyst team leader to be dealt with.